Which side are we on? During one service, a member noted that he was a sheep, but the others must be goats because he was on the right side of the church and the others were on the left side. Now it occurred to me that we need to know who it is that determines which side is left and which side is right. In Matthew 25:31 through 33 we read, "When the Son of Man shall come in his glory and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, all people, all ethnicities, not necessarily grouped according to political boundaries, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left." Now, in this passage of Scripture, it's Jesus who has separated the sheep from the goats. They had been placed before him, and he is addressing them. So they must be facing him. With this being so, what is right to the people will not be what is right to Jesus. Now, how accurate is that statement for the world today? The Bible makes it clear that Jesus placed them on his right hand and on his left. Now, how many today believe that they have been placed on Jesus' right hand and are simply awaiting his return? How many look at this verse of Scripture and confidently pat one another on the back and say, "He's talking about us"? May we never be counted among them who believe that they are children of the King, but only by the deception of the enemy of our souls. We must submit fully to and comply daily with every urging of the Spirit in our lives. We must allow him to lead us and guide our steps, lest the adversary step in while our minds are distracted and convince us that we're going in the right direction. What is the right direction? Matthew 25:34 through 40. "Then shall the King say unto them on his right hand, Come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? And the King shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto the one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me." Now I've only included the righteous here because we know the rest of the story. But what sticks out in my mind is the fact that neither group had any idea what it was that they were doing. Being led by the Spirit, the righteous simply acted toward others as God had acted toward them. God had freely given to them, and they were freely giving to others of their concern, of their time, of their other God-given assets. They didn't need someone telling them, you need to do this thing, or you better get busy. They didn't need a checklist to be sure that they were acting properly. They simply allowed the Spirit to have freedom in their lives, and good fruit was a natural byproduct. Those who are cursed were simply led by the flesh. They may not have been evil individuals necessarily. Their lives may not have been overrun with immorality and open filthy excess. They were probably not murderers or child molesters. They simply did not take the golden rule into account in their lives. They allowed their personal choices to interfere with the leading of the Spirit. Serving the Lord is not about being busy. The world is filled with busy sinners, as well as busy professing Christians, who are not bearing that precious fruit. Ask an apple tree how fruitful it is, and what will its reply be? What about if you asked a pear tree? Would the response be any different? No apple tree makes a conscious effort to bear fruit. It's the nature of an apple tree to do so. The same is true concerning every true child of God. We won't wake up in the morning and think, oh no, I'm behind on my quota for fruit this month. I better get busy. If we do, it's probably the flesh and not the Spirit talking. But when the Spirit is truly in control of our lives, we will automatically gravitate to those things toward a fruitful Christian existence. We will find ourselves in situations where we can be blessings to others, and seeds will be planted for God's glory. So, which side are we on?